It's been a few weeks since we've gotten all of the massive trailers, news and information from E3 in regards to the highly anticipated game Kingdom Hearts 3. We've gotten so many new things such as the showcase and reveal of the Caribbean world, Arendelle and of course the final release date. But by far the most discussed topic in relation to this game among the hardcore fans is the revelation of Aqua's stay at the end of the Frozen trailer. There are huge ramifications for this particular scene, as the previous game set up for her rescue, so she would be a part of the 7 Guardians of Light, and it was due to this false sense of security this scene came as such a shock, especially for something as big as this, and to a character we've all come to love for her selflessness. Hello and welcome to a new video. I'm Vanguard and today, we'll be going through Aqua's future and role in Kingdom Hearts 3. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So first up, I'd like to quickly discuss what we know as of right now. At the end of Birth by Sleep, Aqua went down the sacrificial road of saving her friends and was lost to the realm of darkness. It is here she spends the next decade or so surviving. She meets with Mickey in 0.2, a fragmentary passage, who gives her a newfound sense of hope, and later comes into contact with Anton the Wise, who speaks of Sora and Riku. Again, I'm sure this moment inspires her to keep hoping. In Dream Drop Distance, Xehanort mentions how one of the Guardians of Light Mickey mentioned belongs to him now, which we assumed at the time was Terra. However, in the Frozen trailer, things take a wild shift, as we are met with a seemingly injured Riku, Mickey who is trapped, and Aqua who is lost to darkness, with silver hair, yellow eyes, darker skin and aura surrounding her, suggesting she has become a vessel for Xehanort. To almost completely confirm this, according to Famitsu in an interview with Tetsuya Nomura, the golden eye proves she is under the influence of Xehanort. It is unclear according to my research if Nomura actually stated this himself or if this was by Famitsu. Keep this in mind. Either way, she is certainly lost to darkness. However, in numerous interviews such as with GNN, the director does state that saving her is a possibility and it will come down to the efforts of the players, interestingly enough. My stance on this situation is that she has become a seeker of darkness. It would be very anticlimactic if this was simply an illusion. I think it does have something to do with Ansem and her meeting in the Blank Point's secret ending, where it states two who were never meant to meet, as if an unfortunate event would take place. In the story, I feel that Ansem's role was fulfilled in the ending of Dream Drop Distance, with his last efforts in the story putting valuable data in Sora. Even he was accepting of his fate and life as it is now when talking to Aqua. I was always curious to see if we would also rescue him, because his narrative felt like it came to an end. Aqua was very vulnerable in this touching moment, and it's very possible that Xehanort may have taken over her in this very moment at the dark margin through Ansem. How is this so? We have no idea, but there are no traces of Ansem in the trailer, and we don't know how he mysteriously got the black cloak, and why she would be left in the realm of darkness if Xehanort himself came to her in person. So I believe she became a seeker of darkness through Ansem. I don't think she lost herself simply to the darkness because she received heightened motivation and inspiration to push forward after meeting Mickey and Ansem, which occurred fairly recently rather than early on where she would have lost faith over time. If this were the case, it would go against what 0.2 built her character as. Another factor I can think of to support the idea that she's a vessel is that Vanitas is after Ven's heart in Sora for one of two reasons. This is either to achieve more of a complete stronger form for Vanitas, or because they found the body of Ven, and intended to make him a seeker of darkness. This would make the scene in 0.2 have more meaning, and for it to actually go somewhere, because Xehanort knows through Terra by talking to Aqua that she is the only person that knows where Ven is. They would need Aqua to find Ven's body. So how will the story progress? Well, there's a few things that need to be cleared up by the end of the game for this to make proper sense. How does Xehanort possession work where he puts a piece of his heart into another? Because this is different to how Xehanort possessed Terra, where he transfers his entire heart into a new body. Is your personality still intact but with the motivations of Xehanort? Or are you literally Xehanort in another body? Are your memories removed? Can you break out of this possession? Etc. The answers to these questions will influence Aqua's future in the game. Because of Nomura stating multiple times that it will be up to the players, I doubt he would say such a thing if she wasn't going to be saved. It's just a matter of how and by who. The first situation we'll probably come across is the rescuing of Aqua with Riku and Mickey. Some sort of conflict will take place, and this could very well be the event that breaks Riku's Keyblade. I'm sure there will be some attempt by the two to persuade Aqua, and depending on how she reacts, there is potential she could break out of the influence with the help of Riku's experience with the darkness and his personal connections to her. But as we can see in the trailer, he is seemingly injured and the situation looks dire. And I don't think if she is a seeker of darkness, Xehanort would let any chance of her breaking out of the possession through heart-to-heart conversations, so saving her in this scenario seems unlikely. I don't think she could break out of it by normal means, as how Terra could temporarily do. Xehanort would have made sure of it. This new method of splitting Xehanort's heart into 13 pieces seems to be far superior than what he used before, as he learned from his mistakes. The Aqua we know would never lay hands on Riku, so her resisting doesn't seem like an option. The rescue mission might turn out as a failure, and because of that, this is the reason why Sora is so pressured into reviving Roxas, and why Lee and Kairi are so focused on the training in order to be a part of the Guardians of Light due to the absence of Aqua and Ven. This does leave one member left to fulfill the final spot. So if the efforts of Mickey and Riku doesn't work, who will be able to save her? Well, if they couldn't do anything, then saving Aqua might be left to the final Keyblade War, where she will likely be defeated. I feel that Kairi, Terra, and or Sora are the rightful candidates. I don't see Ven being able to do anything since we don't have access to him. So first up, Kairi. She is a Princess of Heart and the successor Keyblade wielder to Aqua. These are special traits that might overcome Xehanort's influence. Her training with Merlin might prove to be enough to defeat her in combat and bring her back to the side of the light. I don't know if she'll be actively waiting and searching for the opportunity to do this so early on, as Kairi did say in Kingdom Hearts 1 she doesn't remember her life before Destiny Island. So I could only see Kairi saving her at the very end in the final clash. It would be really interesting to see Kairi versus Aqua. She may come into contact with her from time to time, as the Seeker of Darkness seem to be appearing throughout different worlds in the game. As for Terra, well, he truly is a mystery after being in the grasp of Xehanort for so long. But I feel that somewhere in enemy territory, with the help of Ericus, he is resisting to find an opportunity to take the villain down. In Birth by Sleep's ending, he vowed to his friends that one day he would set things right, and in 0.2 he is shown to be still fighting. I'd love to see if he could somehow be the one to save Aqua, as it would be a powerful redeeming moment in the conclusion of his character arc. They've been best friends for a long time after all, and I would love for Terra to show that he's finally matured greatly. I have no clue how he could do anything in his position though. And finally we have Sora. He's the one set up to save everyone, including Aqua. After losing his powers in Dream Drop Distance, he is tasked by Yensid to reclaim it, by following his heart and reuniting with his friends. This might lead him to acquiring new powers and eventually save Aqua, and the opening of 0.2 might have hinted this idea. But there are two smaller but very important scenes to take into consideration that throws a huge wrench into everything I mentioned in regards to Aqua being a vessel. The first of which is the scene between Mickey and Xehanort, where out of Riku, Mickey, Terra, Ven and Aqua, one of them already belongs to Xehanort, which would probably be Terra. However, if Aqua is also on the list, then all three of the Wayfinder trio are all vessels, not just one. I really can't see Terra being a Guardian of Light, because his body and heart I assume with great certainty is in Xehanort's possession. This could be a writing inconsistency though, as Dream Drop Distance did release quite a few years ago, and the storyline might have not been planned that far ahead. However, in the second scene I'd like to mention, we do see Riku and Mickey return to the mysterious tower in the second trailer. Aqua doesn't stand by their side, but the expression on Mickey's face doesn't indicate they have failed, which is really strange. If they truly didn't fail, she would probably be after Ven's body in the Chamber of Waking, so Sora could return his heart. In the theory that I mentioned before where they failed, I could only think of 6 members on the side of the light: Sora, Riku, Mickey, Roxas, Kairi and Lee. Unless they brought back Xion somehow, which I don't know how to feel about, they would be 1 member short. From my research, the fact that Aqua is not actually a Xehanort might not go against what Tetsuya Nomura said. If you remember, I said it was unclear that the statement that Aqua is under the influence of Xehanort was said by Nomura himself or Famitsu, because Nomura's name was not next to the statement, and there's no Japanese quotation marks. It's of course far more safe to say the statement is true either way, because I can't read Japanese and I wasn't the one interviewing him. However, the possibility she is possessed simply by the darkness is somewhat there, because of the 2 scenes and the uncertainty I have with who said what. So where does this mess lead us? Well, if she isn't under the control of Xehanort, then Riku could have saved her right then and there, and things could go more according to plan where she rescues Ven. She could somewhere in the storyline meet with Kairi after so many years and aid her in training as Keyblade Master. In the final battle she could face off against Xehanort or Xemnas, or whoever Terra currently exists as. While I'm not a fan of this anticlimactic conclusion, and this defeats the purpose of some of the character development she had, the possibility is there. I only hope they can give a dramatic reason to why she fell to darkness after being inspired fairly recently by Mickey and Ansem with hope. There will still be things that need to be answered, such as where Ansem the Wise is, the strange looking Kingdom Key, how Replica Riku fits into all of this and more. If she is a vessel, how will she be saved, and who will be the final member of the Guardians of Light? Well, that about wraps up this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. This was very fun to discuss and speculate, although quite confusing due to the amount of things that need to be taken under consideration. I of course only offer one perspective out of many, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. I tried my best to think of as many things as I could. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.